Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Competition Day. It is the top 32 for round number 5 of ESDA Esports Drift Association presented by Traxion here in New Zealand from Teretonga Park. My name is Keenan Kuz and joined as always in the booth by Joe Piro, Strix, Pulsatrix, and Hayden Rigsby. Joe, it was an eventful, to say the least, qualifying day yesterday. Thanawatwang Fuishin taking your number 1 spot. Moving into top 32, this track is fast, this track is technical, and anything can happen.
Oh, I am smiling ear to ear, Keenan, as I'm just watching the drivers warm up right now as they're going to go and put on a show for our 3 judges today. Harold McKinney, the judge formerly known as Brady, and Nathan Rudder. And I got to say, after qualifying yesterday, it's just shocking how close I think today is going to be. And again, we just keep pushing the limit to how close the battles can be. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of OMTs. I wouldn't be surprised if we see not that many mistakes, actually, because overall we did see some zeros, and all that we saw it on is really in this wall. So what wall are we talking about? Let's go on our travel journey back from where we were in Italy, all the way down, all the way east to New Zealand, Keenan.
Yeah, we are at the historic Wow, that was a sentence. We're at the historic Teretonga Park. This is one of the most southerly racetracks in the world, one of the oldest facilities in New Zealand. Super, super historic venue for fans of New Zealand motorsports and motorsports down there, down under in general. But this track, if you see Sector 2 right there is where we will be competing today. That is the track map for Mugello. That is where we were. We'll just hang on to the... no, we're still... What's happening? I don't want to go back on the plane. I'm going to get sick.
They put us in a box and it smells bad.
Why do they keep flying us here? We're already here. I'm so confused. It's dark in here. But if you take a quick look at that Sector 2, that's where we'll be today. This track is a bit different. There is a no-go zone. There we go. There's a no-go zone going in out of outer zone number 1 into interclip number 2. Unfortunately, we do not have any visual course demo for you today. Our video editor having some issues, and our course demo driver, Stephen Loxing, having some personal issues. I hope everything's going over well for you, Steve. But we do have a special treat for you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Thanawatwang Fuishin, Thunny the Honey, as he's taken to the nickname. His number 1 qualifying run from yesterday, Joe, here at Teretonga Park.
Oh, I'm super excited to see it. Watching it live was very shocking with how aggressive this run was in that gorgeous Liberty Walk S15. So Thanawat here running the course, throwing it into that initiation line, into a slight decel, coming in through the outside zone 1, inside zone 1. Stay out of this red zone. Chase drivers can drop a tire into that, transition to an outside zone, again transition to this outside zone 3 with the long wall. All the drivers are really struggling to stay out of that wall while going deep enough and across the line again. So that last corner, that last inside clip seemed to be a big issue, that wall seemed to be a big issue, and everything else. And in the drivers meeting earlier, it was confirmed with the judges that inside no-go red zone, the Chase is allowed to drop a tire there. If the lead is really close to that, they're allowed to drop a tire. So overall, high speed, high commitment. Drivers are allowed to tap their left foot brake as long as they do not lose speed doing so. So this will be a very highly technical, high speed, high risk, high reward type of track today. And I think that will result in some really, really close battles today, Keenan.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a little bit tougher than the last 2 rounds we've done. I did a little bit of practice here for our media day the Monday before competition week, and it is a super, super tricky track. I haven't even tried it in tandem. But if you've never watched tandem or competitive esports drifting or competitive drifting in general before, let us be your guides here, ladies and gentlemen. It is a head-to-head competition. These drivers are going to be battling one-on-one, and each battle will consist of 2 runs. The higher-seeded driver leads the first run, the lower-seeded driver chases on the first run, and then they switch up for run number 2. 3 judges are going to determine a winner if it's one more time, if it's too close to call, or they'll be voting for either driver. Those 3 judges, once again, are Brady, Harold, and Nathan, the same 3 we had yesterday.
And you might be wondering, well, how are the judges? What is their criteria? So if you're leading, the judges are hoping that you follow the closest to perfect line possible. So effectively, you're running a qualifying run. Big angle, smooth transitions. Make sure that your lead is as chaseable as possible. You want to open up that door so that the chase driver can really shine. And also make sure that you're not on the brakes where the chase driver is not expecting it, to allow them to get as close as possible. Then the turntables are turned as we move into the chase driver's goals. The chase driver is hoping to do things like treat the lead driver like a moving clipping point, trying to get as close as they can to the lead driver while also getting out of the way in the transition as they swing. Match the lead driver's angle, match the lead driver's line, basically be a shadow to that lead driver, Keenan. So I think overall, we're going to see some really close battles. I don't think we're going to see a lot of contact between drivers, but I bet we're going to see a lot of contact with that wall.
I was going to say that wall played a role with 2 runs yesterday, 2 drivers unfortunately being knocked out early from qualifying. Joe, I almost have to disagree with you. There's a lot of areas of this track that are you can only really take in one speed. They're almost hot spots. I mean, we'll see at the end of the competition whether we do have some contact issues or not, but it is definitely going to be a extremely fun round to watch. I do believe the host of New Zealand of Teretonga Park will be we're going to be looking back on this track as one of the best of the year so far, even though we've said that probably every time we've went somewhere. However, our first group, our Next Level Racing group number 1 is ready to go right now, just getting the warm-up runs in.
Team is set in an A80 Supra. Super excited to see us. 2 pretty cars, 2 very good drivers, super fast track. And you know what, Keenan? I don't know what else to say besides let's get them going.
Yeah, Olivier not opting to, but one of your alternates taking place for one of the no-shows that we had, Thunny the Honey, getting a late game number 1 qualifier, snatching it out of the hands of Alexander Element. Can he continue in the tournament? We're going to have to find out. First run of the day, ladies and gentlemen, ESDA round number 5. We already have the proximity from Olivier Eppinger. He knows he's going to have to bring it, take out your number 1 qualifier, but Thunny the Honey doing such a good job in the lead right now. Nice and smooth, showing why he was your number 1 qualifier, almost mirroring his number 1 run if you've seen from the pre-show. A little bit of contact from Olivier, but they're going to stay in it. He's trying to push him over the line.
Oh, that seems like that unfortunate thing where once you tap, maybe you're
nothing to the level of number 1 qualifier and being able to have your pick of the litter when it comes to coming through the bracket. He's going to have to chase here now, though. He's going to be sitting on a little bit of an advantage. Olivier with the contact, but the sustained contact was trying to just push him over the line. That's something that we do because we're dorks. Yeah, but we'll see if he can capitalize on the contact with run number 2.
So here we go. Olivier knowing that he has to put down a really fast lead run here as Thwanwat is sitting on a slight advantage due to that contact, but it does seem like Thwanwat does not care, getting right up on Olivier's door, even though Olivier is dropping the tire through that first outside zone. Can they keep it out of the wall? Yes, they do. Thwanwat now looking very confident, staying out of Olivier's car, but right up on his door and across the line. And I gotta say, Keenan, I think the riding might... we do have a call. Let's see what it is here. We're gonna slide him left for Thwanwat. We're gonna slide him right for Oliver Eppinger. And let's see, is Thwanwat gonna have a perfect weekend? Is Oliver Eppinger gonna have a huge upset? Let's see here. As Dye goes for Thwanwat, Brady goes for Thwanwat, and not Doug, but Nathan Rudder is going for Thwanwat Wangfuasin. A unanimous decision moving on. I think Thwanwat's on a run today. I'm just saying, I know it's early, I know it's the first battle, but I'm saying it now.
I mean, that's not an unfair assumption, Joe. A lot of times, especially when you're not used to qualifying that high and you're coming in. I know he came in chat basically immediately just said, how the F did I do that?
Really in it to win it again. Both drivers, I think, have, and not just these two, everyone here in this bracket has the potential to go to that final battle. Because everyone, just watching qualifying yesterday, the low score wasn't that high, but again, no one zeroed out. And here we go.
Darren Baker in the lead, Mikhail Mordvanov in the chase here. The second run of your Next Level Racing group number 1 here, ESDA round number 5, a little bit shallow from Mikhail Mordvanov against the outer zone. Darren kind of adjusting in chase. Oh, we got one tire off onto the red zone where you are allowed to do in the chase position. A little bit shallow on the angle from Darren, but he's going to put on the proximity here, going through the wall into the last left-hander. Mordvanov using all the racetrack. Darren have to go on just a little bit shallow, but he's using that line to put all the pressure on the door of the Ukrainian Mikhail Mordvanov.
And I think I saw Darren Baker there slip up to Mordvanov so smoothly that Mordvanov got...
You can pull this out of the bag. It's Darren Baker, driven with him before, XC Rousey, former champion. No stranger to being able to adjust, but he's got to get through the powerhouse. It is Mikhail Mordvanov, run number 2.
And that is for sure as Darren Baker leads Mikhail Morvanov into that first outside zone. It's crazy how much bigger that R35 looks as they go in here. Darren Baker not dropping a tire, neither is Morvanov, does not need that extra proximity coming into the wall. And I think Darren Baker's opening up a slight gap, and we'll see what happens as they come into this last corner. Mikhail Morvanov taking a little bit of angle off, trying to catch up. Overall, I think Darren Baker might have actually had a fast. We're gonna slide him right for Darren Baker. We're gonna keep him in the middle for an OMT, and let's see what happens here. As Dye votes for Darren Baker, Brady goes for Darren Baker, and Nathan posing as Doug goes for Darren Baker as well. Unanimous decision. Darren Baker, I think, again, as soon as he zoned in that outside zone 3, his lead was amazing afterwards. He just really figured out the track. It seems like Darren Baker versus Thwanawat battle each other. Personally, I'm always cheering for the person who's showing up in the only, with the only of that car there. So I'm cheering for both these guys now.
Oh man, 4 doors for more friends. I'm a little bit more biased to Vitus, but let's see what he could do here. Vitus Zapata in the lead for Urta Esports. Getting a little aggressive in the chase was Kawain. Gonna have to back off a little bit and give him some room, and almost a tire off into the dirt from Vitus Zapala. Rocky start for both these guys. A little bit angle kill from that Mercedes in the lead position, but gets right back on the power. Nice and smooth, that long wheelbase machine in the lead, but right to the door is Kawain Ebanks. Not afraid to put pressure on that big German boat that is that Mercedes C-Class.
Mercedes is a very fast car, but that R34 is no slouch, especially as he piles on the angle. It just seems like at least that car doesn't slow down as much at angle, but it might not be as fast in a straight line. And let's find out if my assumptions are correct. As Kawain Biggs throws it in, and Vitus Zapala putting it in the chase, really fighting to put that Mercedes right up on the door of that R34, but it seems like Kawain's opening up a slight gap and putting a little bit more angle on the car over the course of the run as well, as Vitus Zapala is finally sucking up to that R34's door through this last corner, washing out maybe just the littlest bit and pushing him across the line. There we go, battle of the two. And we do have a call here. So we're gonna slide him left for Vitus Zapala, slide him right for Kawain Ebanks. Keep him in the middle for an OMT, and let's see what our judges are saying here. As we have 1 for an OMT, 2, and a unanimous OMT, which is great. So we will get to see an amazing second battle out of these two.
We're going to reset it and do it all over again. Vitus Zapala, Kawain Ebanks going one more time in this top 32 battle in our next level racing group number 1. Vitus in the lead in the Mercedes C-Class, Kawain in the chase in the Nissan R34. He's kind of that wacky entry once again, but big straightening moment from Vitus. Going to keep it straight. He keeps it from straightening up completely. I was thinking it was ghost contact there, Joe. We'll have to take a look at the replay if we can get it. But right onto the door now is Kawain Ebanks trying to salvage what he can of this run. I think both these drivers at this point, Joe, are probably assuming they're sitting on some sort of deficit, but the pressure from Kawain Ebanks going over the Traxion finish line. Oh, you know, there's still half a battle left here to go.
Yeah, we'll see, but just that amount of angle generally mean your car is slowing down pretty fast. But let's see if Kawain Ebanks lets the nerves get to him now in the lead. I think if he holds together a run here, he'll be good to go, as Vitus Zapala is playing it very safe through that first corner as they transition again, leaving some daylight between the two cars, as Vitus is now sucking right up through outside zone number 3, transition into this final corner. Both cars, good angle, great proximity across the line.
Gentlemen,
and I have to say that they definitely made a decision based on that contact, for sure.
They did their homework for sure. Joe, take it away.
I will take it away. So we're going to slide him left for Vitus Zapala, slide him right for Kawain Ebanks, and again, keep him in the middle for a second OMT. 1, 2, and a unanimous decision for Kawain Ebanks. Really just, again, it seems that Vitus Zapala was throwing a little bit too much angle in to CarX, we thought, for Macedo.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what the heck I'm talking
I claim
about
no ownership here, but no Daniel Andrejev, super great guy, worked with him in a couple different series across a couple different games, and I gotta say nothing but positive things about both him and his driving. Same thing with Ryan Aldina, super excited to see him, and let's go.
Andrejev in the lead in the IRT Ollie Bet S15, JX Machine in chase around Aldina. Rayon kind of falling apart here in the chase in the early parts of the run. Andrejev, no stranger to good lead runs, qualified very well the past couple of rounds. Needed a bit more angle there, pulled at the end of the zone, but Rayon Aldina just kind of nowhere right now in the chase. It's got that proximity there at the end, Joe, but I don't know if it's just me being harsh, but the first half of that run was other motorsport is how much pressure these drivers feel and put on themselves. You don't get 5 laps, you don't get 10 laps, you get 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start that second one. Andrejev in the chase.
We go. Daniel Andrejev in the chase. Ryan Aldina in the lead. Big angle. There we go. And Daniel Andrejev really pushing up to Ryan Aldina, who has a lot of angle into that first inside clip. A little bit slow in the transition, Daniel Andrejev is, as they go into outside zone 3, putting their bumpers right on the wall. Spoilers over the wall.
Whoa!
All right, here we go. Let's see. Uh-oh. Daniel Andrejev watching out into that inside clip. I think maybe Ryan Aldina might. Queen E-Bigs. Again, this is our last top 32 battle in group number 1. So we're going to slide him left for Daniel Andrejev, slide him right for Ryan Aldina. Keep him in the middle for an OMT. And let's see what our judges say. 1 OMT. 1 for Daniel Andrejev. Let's see what happens here. 2 for Daniel Andrejev, taking a split decision, moving on to battle Quain Ebanks in the top 16 here. But first,
to be funny, haha, if I were a driver this calm, this comfortable, I'd be a little nervous if I was Darren. But you know, Darren super strong, like I said, probably some of the most track time of any other driver out here, one of the most experienced of any other driver out here in terms of ESDA competition. So we'll be able to see whether a momentum or experience pays off here in our first top 16 battle of the Next Level Racing Group number 1. Thunderwat Wongfuishin driving out of Thailand in the lead. Darren Baker driving out of Ireland in the chase. Big angle from Thunderwat to start off the battle. He is throwing all of it at the wall. Darren faced a little bit in the chase. He's straightened out. A little bit of a correction there from Darren Baker. Thunderwat with great contact being made on transition. What is going on here in your top 16 battle? Thunderwat Wongfuishin with the lead run of the century right now. Darren Baker tire drop on the inside of the course. Darren Baker Thunderwat saying, hey, this is... Yeah, my man, I got nothing for that, Joe. You got me.
I'm in it to win it today, Keenan.
I tried to make a Winnie the Pooh joke, but I couldn't figure it out in time. We'll get there anyway. Darren Baker in the lead. Thunderwat Wongfuishin in the chase. Run number 2. Who's going to move on? We'll find out right now.
A little bit slow to angle for Darren Baker, but big angle once he gets there, as Thunderwat is slowly working his way up to that E46's door. Okay, and here is the wall where all the drivers tend to really settle in. Will Thunderwat get through this last corner without any contact? It seems like he did, and across the line.
God damn.
But I gotta say, his chase was that run 1, corner 1 shenanigans for all of these battles. So we're gonna slide him left for Thunderwat Wongfuishin. We're gonna slide him right for Darren Baker in the middle for an OMT. And let's see who moves on to our top 8 here in group number 1. 1 for Thunderwat, 2 for Thunderwat, and a unanimous decision for Thunderwat Wongfuishin going up to the top 8. And who will he go against? It's either going to be Quain Ebanks or
maybe, you know, make contact with a cone or whatever, but saying, hey, I've got that in my pocket. I'm going to use it. Actually, you know what, Joe? You think he's a little bit farther back than he was before, so maybe...
Oh, he definitely is.
Maybe it was down to the jump. Let's see what he can do here. Again, the chase car can leave whenever he wants. Quain jumping a little bit early there. Looks like it's going to pay off for him, though, so try that again. Daniel Andrejev in the lead. Quain Ebanks in the chase. Lithuania versus the USA/Jamaica. Really good job on the outside line from Daniel Andrejev, but no angle there from that Ollie bet machine. It's going to open the gap a little bit. Quain going to have to close just a little bit. I think he's just kind of opted to say, this is my angle, but big angle going into there. I thought they were going to make contact. Maybe they still will make contact. The last part of the course, Joe, I think is your biggest slowdown zone. Even though it's not opting to enter on the door, I think this is a track where you could probably get away with either. So Andrejev, it looks like going for the same sort of start as we go into run number 2 here. Again, you're the winner of this battle. Going to battle Thunderwat Wongfuishin in the final of group number 1 by Next Level Racing.
Here we go, and it seems like we do not have a restart as that R34 squats and goes in to that first outside zone. And Daniel Andrejev keeping very good proximity actually through the first outside zone. A little bit slow in the transition, but keeping a very good...
Oh!
Might be the mistake that Quain Ebanks really needed to secure a win here, as Daniel Andrejev almost straight and going into outside zone number 3, but making up for it with amazing proximity over the line. I gotta say, right for Daniel Andrejev. Thunderwat just driving so hard. He's ready to rip already in this judgment. But here we go. We're going to slide him left for Quain Ebanks, slide him right for Daniel Andrzejewski, keep him in the middle for an OMT. Judges coming in quick with their call here. We got 1, 2, and 3 for Quain Ebanks. Unanimous decision going on the top 8. Ooh, this is going to be a good battle. Keenan Thwanawat Wongfusen leading Quain Ebanks. 2 very cool cars. Let's see what happens.
Only one can survive. It's going to be the Silhouette S15, the Liberty Walk S15.
Dare I say this battle is going to be ignorant, as both drivers have been driving today.
IG apostrophe NT.
They are going for it today, and let's see what happens. Here's the lights go out.
The lights go out and away we go, but there's both these guys shining bright enough to keep this track lit. And a paint tab. There it happens. Finally, Quain Ebanks getting so aggressive on his chase runs, Joe, in turn number 1, finally making contact with Thwanawat Wongfusen, but both drivers stay in it. This run is not over. There is no 0 on the board. Thwanawat Wongfusen said, if you're going to have to beat me, Quain, you're going to do it on the racetrack. But Quain Ebanks doing everything he can to try to force another mistake out of Thwanawat Wongfusen. It is not going to happen. What a first. All to play for, all or nothing. Is he going to be making his first ESDA Final Four, or will Quain Ebanks be playing spoiler?
And let's see here as Quain Ebanks takes the lead from Wongfusen in the chase, leaving a little bit of space, playing it as safe as he knows how to, and slowly working his way up through the corner to Quain's door. There we go. Nice transition from both drivers. Quain Ebanks putting down an amazing lead run, but unfortunately it may not be enough unless he can force Thwanawat to make an error, as nope. Thwanawat leaving again just a little bit of space and just maybe tapping that left rear corner pedal. Our Group 1 Next Level Racing Group 1 here at ESDA. Let's see. So we'll slide him left for Thwanawat Wongfusen, slide him right for Quain Ebanks, keep him in the middle for an OMT. I just want them both to go on, man. As 1 for Thwanawat, 2 for Thwanawat, securing it, and a unanimous decision for Thwanawat Wongfusen. Going on to that top 4. Love to see it. I'm super stoked to see him go this far. I gotta say, Group 1 was amazing. And
Jaden on fresh boots. Nothing has happened yet. That restart was allowed within the rules. And here we go. Jaden Cathcart in the lead, or chase position, sorry. Martinez Ostreka in the lead position, that IRTA S15. All Nissan battle. Aggressive to start from Jaden Cathcart, not giving Martinez any room to breathe on that initiation. Not giving him any room to breathe right now. Way too early from Jaden. You are allowed to drop tires in that zone as a chase, but that is a little bit. Great job for Jaden not to hit that wall. It was super close, just kind of offline right now. Unfortunately for him, Martinez Ostreka put down a solid and commanding lead run.
And we see that again and again.
Chase. Martinez has also had issues with leg and had issues with stuff before where he's had battles that looked like were really going to go his way, and unfortunately they didn't. So it's not over yet. He still had one more battle, at least one more battle left to go, one more run left to go, sorry, between these two drivers, Martinez Ostreka, Jaden Cathcart. Teretonga Park looking like is the unknown third member of every battle today, Joe.
And I'm super excited to see it as these two take on the track one more time. Jaden Cathcart in the lead, big angle. Martinez Ostreka slowly making his way up to that door, dropping a tire into the red zone, which he's allowed to do, but not as much as Jaden did in the chase. Again, slow on the transitions. This is a super conservative chase run out of Martinez Ostreka, but I think it's going to play off as it was exactly what he needed to do. I suspect we'll be hearing very quickly from the judges. Weird transition out of Jaden.
Yeah. Jaden.
Call.
Yeah, Jaden already left the server. It's pretty obvious at this point then. Martinez Ostreka is going to be moving on into the top 16 of your Moza Racing Group number 2. Good job for that IRTA Esports machine laying on the horn. We got to get him a cooler, make a funny horn. We need to get him the Godfather horn or something.
Yeah. Something along those lines, but up next.
Oh, man, that hasn't happened in a long time. That used to be it. All last season, that was constant issues of nobody being able to see, not everybody being able to see everybody. But looking like we're good now. Deshaun Hack in the lead in the Ascent GTR. Ilya Storzev in that all-black A90 Supra. Somebody gets some more logos on the side of this man's car. Big angle from Deshaun Hack showing why he is number 2 in points. So almost the same mistake from Ilya Storzev as Jaden Cathcart, just transitioning a little bit too early. Storzev not looking super set in the chase right now. Unfortunately for him, Deshaun Hack looking like he took all of last night and said, man, I'm going to put the work in. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to get some practice done. And super good job from Deshaun. Ilya, not a bad... Yeah, it's so hard to reprogram the don't press the reset button finger.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world, but going back to it, you get a lot of drivers on one team, they're definitely telling each other, remember to take the reset over and over because it keeps helping their team in a great way. And here we go as Ilya throws it in. Deshaun Hack in the chase, big angle, putting a little bit of a gap in, but that just seems like a confident amount of space, making sure that the lead can make any mistake and you're not in an accident and you can finish your run. And here we go as Deshaun Hack is going to turn up the heat now. Ilya Storjev with a great lead run. Uh-oh, Deshaun Hack maybe washing out a little bit and getting gapped and across the line. Maybe Deshaun Hack took it a left for our 13 seed. Deshaun Hack slid him right for a 20 seed. Ilya Storjev in the middle for an OMT. Let's see what happens. Dai saying OMT. Brady saying Ilya. And Nathan breaking the tie between the judges for a second OMT, and the drivers are ready to rip. They want to get this ready. They're already at the line. This is going to be fun. I'm sure both drivers now, if they have a cool head on them, they're going to win.
I think both drivers need to clean up their chases, Joe. I think that's where the biggest points were left on the table. Deshaun's got to get a little bit more aggressive. Ilya got to get a little bit more consistent. See what happens here. If you've never seen an OMT battle before, that last battle you saw between these guys means absolutely not a thing at all. They're running it all over again. Deshaun in the lead. Number 2 in the points championship. Ilya again just kind of not getting the line. Oh man, rough start for Ilya, but we've seen them clean it up in the second half before. Deshaun, good job in the lead. Like to see maybe a little bit more angle out of that GTR through the wall. Good transition into the last zone. Almost a tire on the grass for Storyshev. Man, he's lucky he's got his right rear set up soft because I think that left front was just gliding over the fifth element, or not the fifth element. What was the one where they're doing pottery? Was it Bruce Willis?
We're going to say they're doing pottery in the fifth element.
What's the movie? No, someone will tell me.
As Ilya leads Deshaun Hack by the hand. Gonna make him a man. Let's go. Big angle. Deshaun Hack, a little bit of a tap. Big angle. Drivers definitely disagreeing on what's going on. As Deshaun Hack trying to settle on down and get to the point. Ilya just trying to stay in it to win it, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Both drivers, again, keeping it very clean, tapping, touching. I don't know. Here, as we do have a call, and we're going to slide it left for Deshaun Hack, slide it right for Ilya Storjev. Keep it in the middle for an OMT, and let's see what happens here. Is Deshaun Hack going to get lucky as Dai votes for Ilya, Brady votes for Ilya, and Nathan, all three go for Ilya Storjev, moving on to battle Martinez Ostrake in the top 16. But next, Masashi Yoshida up against Olivier Blais.
So huge upset, huge championship implications. Deshaun Hack getting knocked out in top 32. Unfortunately, just showing up a little bit too soon for Deshaun and bowing out super early in competition. He promised this doesn't happen often. It won't happen next time, but we'll have to judge in round numbers.
They always promise that.
Yeah, they always say it's just my first time. This never happens, I promise. But unfortunately, he will be bowing out before the event on TraxionGG, 5 p.m. Eastern time, hosted by yours truly.
An amazing event, I must say. Gets me through my Monday afternoon at work.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Masashi Yoshida out of Japan in the lead in the all-black everything E36 Touring. Olivier Blais in the Advanced Sim Racing S14 in chase, driving out of Canada. Big angle from Masashi Yoshida, a champion in Japan, trying to be a champion here in ESDA, round number 5. Olivier with nothing to respond with right now. He is edging in a little bit closer. Not a transition Olivier was looking for. Kind of a hiccup there on transition. Not the best chase for Olivier right now, and such a strong lead from us. You're going to end the conversation, so just put down something strong, almost like a first run qualifying run. I think would be great here. See what happens, Joe. Run number 2.
And here we go as Olivier Blais leads Masashi Yoshida. Both drivers throwing it in as fast as they can. Olivier Blais keeping it on the track, but Masashi putting it right on his door. And now this is a battle. Both drivers trying to get a mistake out of the other. I don't know.
Olivier in the wall!
Olivier in the wall, straightening out, zeroing out his run. Masashi Yoshida keeping it together, avoiding that S14.
Man!
Ooh. Olivier might pull something out of him. Masashi's also right on his door. It's going to come down to anything, but we'll see what the judges are saying. But we all know what's going to happen here as Olivier Blais did zero out his lead run. So Masashi Yoshida taking the win. And who are they going to battle next round? Let's see. Dylan Fink up against Daniel Miganov.
This one's going to be huge. Dylan Fink, XE, Bag, Zed, depending on where you live.
Z. Gonna get angry.
Yeah, Nathan Rudder, actually one of our judges, pointing out that Yoshida saw that coming from a mile away. We'll talk about that maybe in a little bit, but to get there, Dylan Fink now in the lead position in that 180SX, chasing Daniel Miganov in the 400Z. Good angle from Dylan Fink, showing why he was able to qualify in your top 32. Maybe straightening out there just a little bit, but Miganov reading the play right there on the door of Dylan Fink. We're going to get into this last transition. We see so many battles won and lost here, but not today. Miganov reading the play nice and well. Both drivers very smooth, very fluid.
Drivers are pushing each other to the limit as much as they know how to.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, run number 2, Dylan Fink, Rule 34, going up against Moza Racing's Daniel Miganov. Still anyone's battle here.
And here we go, Daniel Miganov, big initiation. Dylan Fink trying to keep up to that 400Z, but that car that Daniel has underneath him is really fast. And let's see, this is generally where they tighten up, as Dylan Fink still a lot of gap the entire run. There we go, finally getting right up on his door and across the line. Let's let him right for Daniel Miganov, keep him in the middle for an OMT. Let's see what our judges have to say about that kind of battle.
Oh, yeah, that wall is inappropriate.
1 OMT, 2 OMTs, and a split decision for Daniel Miganov. So maybe Daniel's feeling a little bit better going into this battle. Perhaps. We'll see.
Yeah, the only one getting a vote from Nathan Rudder there, one of our judges. But this is going to go one more time, ladies and gentlemen. It does not have to be unanimous. The majority rules. So OMT for Dylan. I'm going to see if maybe Nathan wants to. I'm going to add him here in our chat, see, just to explain why he thought Nathan or Daniel won.
We can find out. Okay.
Curios. It's the more nerves, and again,
sure,
the hardest battle of the day you'd think would be the final. It's always the first one. It's always that first battle. So having to get over these hurdles, both these drivers, but you know, they got one under their belt now. Dylan Fink in the lead with the 180SX, much closer initiation this time from Daniel Miganov. Big angle from Dylan actually in the lead. Daniel not opting to make that mistake in chase, but actually Dylan straightening out just a little bit on that outer zone. Good job. Oh, Dylan in the wall this time too. What is happening? Keeping the angle, stays in it. Dylan Fink, that's not going to be good for the judges, but I'm standing up at home. Big angle in that 180.
Looked cool, and now we are back at the line. So now we got Daniel Miganov in the lead in that 400Z. We got Dylan Fink in the chase in that 180, and let's see what happens here. How will the chips fall at the end of this run? And here we go. Big initiation from both drivers. Daniel Miganov putting a little bit of daylight between the two cars over the initiation line, but Dylan Fink reeling him in around the forbidden zone into outside zone 2, coming around the wall for outside zone 3, staying out of the wall more importantly.
He's got to push.
Yep, Dylan Fink pushing hard, but I don't think it's going to be enough to make it up. Touching across the line. It was a great look, but I don't think it was enough. It is just sometimes the way it goes. So we're going to slide him left for Dylan Fink, slide him right for Daniel Miganov. Keep him in the middle for a second OMT. Guy's going to go for Daniel Miganov, Brady, and Nathan, all three. Daniel Miganov taking the win unanimously, going to go up against Masashi Yoshida. But first, we're going to have Martin.
Everything but representing, I believe, Simware Pro, if my cheat sheet is correct. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First battle of the top 16 of this second group. Martinez in the lead, needs a good day today, wants a good day today, but Storozhev trying to ride that momentum off that top 32 win, a hard-fought top 32 win. A little bit of a straightening there on the first part of the course. Looks like there's a ton of grip in this Supra, but Martinez, Ostreka, oh, a little bit of contact with the wall. I'm not sure if Storozhev checked up because he saw that contact, but both drivers continue. That is going to be a point of contention, unfortunately.
When
he's in the corner, bro.
The car is pointed a different direction. space. And here we go. Lights out. And we are sending it. Ilya Storjev in that Supra. Martinez Ostreka in the S15 coming through that first corner, cutting in. Martinez Ostreka leaving a little bit of space, but now he is on that door, coming through outside zone 2 and into outside zone 3 next to the wall, putting it not in the wall, which is very good for both drivers. A little bit of space, a lot of bit of space, in fact, out of Martinez right up until the line. I think Martinez Ostreka might have struggled that entire chase. Here we go. So we're going to slide him left for Martinez Ostreka. We're going to slide him right for Ilya Storjev. We're going to keep him in the middle for an OMT. As we have one judge for Ilya Storjev, 2, and a unanimous decision for Ilya Storjev, moving on to the top 8 here, going from 20th seed up.
Will be on the trailer. We are about to find out. We were wondering why the lights ran out. It's because we've been sitting here waiting
for someone. I don't know who we were waiting for, though. Anyway, I think we're ready to go, though. Now I'm hearing some lovely revving.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Daniel Miganov, Masashi Yoshida in the lead position. Miganov in the chase. What's going to happen here? Turn 1 down the pipe. Here we go. Big angle from Masashi Yoshida, and Daniel Miganov does not have a response. Who is driving for Masashi Yoshida right now? Big angle to start that runoff. And oh no, contact, and then he's in the wall.
Oh gosh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just before we get into this, we are in EU servers. One of our drivers, Miganov, I believe, is driving out of Russia. Catch, Joe. I didn't even see that.
As we are... I can catch it because I do that every time I drift. As the lights go on, and here we go. Daniel Miganov in the lead at a large deficit. Masashi Yoshida in the chase. Very casual.
Oh, big charge.
Okay, here we go. Masashi Yoshida saying, I don't care about safe anymore.
Oh, no.
Keeping it in drift. If he does not zero this run, he will take the win. But he's doing everything he can to zero this run at this point. It seems like in that E36 Touring and across the line.
Man, Yoshi.
It's just, ugh. As we have slide him left for Masashi Yoshida, slide him right for Daniel Miganov, keep him in the middle for an OMT, but I think we all know what's about to happen here. And yeah, Masashi Yoshida, the judges are saying, didn't zero out his chase run, and putting all the fault on Daniel Miganov for the contact and that weird trick.
As your number 5 qualifier going up against the guy who's been upsetting everybody today. 2 huge wins. Deshaun Hack and Martinez Ostreka under his belt. Ilya Storjev in the lead in both these cars, all black everything. It's Darth Vader on the track right now. Big angle once again for Masashi Yoshida. That's what it's got him so far. Ilya Storjev trying to match it, but doing his best just to stay behind this BMW. Whatever Yoshida did in the off time between round 4 and 5, seems like he's got that car figured out. Storjev able to close the gap, but can't stay there. He gets to the door, matches the angle, and drops back. A clinic of a lead run for Masashi Yoshida, and a little bit of a rocky chase, but Storjev has been doing... capitalizing on the mistakes of other people all day. He sees blood on the water and he knows how to fight. So it's not over yet, Joe. Run number 2 starting now.
And here we go. Masashi Yoshida in the chase. Ilya Storjev in the lead. Big angle out of Storjev. Yoshida slowly making his way up. You can tell how confident he was in that chase. And that's the line he took last run as well. Leaving some gap and let's pushing that Supra, it looks like, almost from my camera angle. Again, not as tight in on the inside clip.
Oh, man.
Leaving some space. Honestly, I'm seeing that as an OM.
And slide him left for Ilya Storjev, on right for Masashi Yoshida, who will be moving on into the final 4.
Let's see here. 1 for Masashi. 2 for Masashi Yoshida securing the win, and 3 for Masashi Yoshida. Unanimous decision sending him into the top 4 up against the Wanawat Wong Fu Wison.
The Asian invasion continues, ladies and gentlemen. Both these guys showed up late game.
Yes.
As TraxionGG themselves putting in the Twitch chat. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, hello. If you're watching on Twitch, hello. You're in for a banger here. Dijon Reeves in the chase. Alexander Element in the lead. Big championship implications. Dijon trying to keep this points fight close. Almost getting into the rear quarter of Element. Rightly offline there. Dajan, where are we going? Oh, that's going to be a 0. You know, we talked about a little bit, Joe. Oh, and then you get to the door. He's got nothing to lose now.
Doesn't care.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Alex? And that is going to be it for that run. So we saw a little bit earlier of drivers looking like they straightened out. That was probably
under, and then he's just a fast driver on top of it. So let's see what happens as we put the lights out, and here we go. Dajan Reeves in the lead, Alexander Element in the chase. No restarts here, throwing it in. Great entry from Dajan Reeves, huge angle. Alexander Element fighting to stay on the same line through the second transition. And now Alexander Element settling in. Dajan Reeves with a great whoa, right into the wall, perfectly into the wall. As Alexander Element is struggling to stay on the same line, but it doesn't matter how great of a lead. Alexander Element or Dajan Reeves, we are going to slide him left towards Alexander Element due to that 0-0 run, despite that amazing lead run from Dajan Reeves. And if I was him, I would not be disappointed at all in that run whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go out, you go out with a smile on your face. And like I said, it's an unfortunate mistake, but he let it all hang out there on his lead run. Next battle on does not get very far. Artem Machushenko seems like to someone we see the name of over and over and over again. Who is going to be moving on to face your current championship leader? We're about to find out. Mustafa Amin in the chase. Artem Machushenko in the all-black everything, S14 in the lead. Big angle from Artem, maybe not feeling it for all that outer zone. Going to open the door for Mustafa to put all the pressure on in chase. We know he likes to do those close transitions in these faster part of the course. He's getting choked out a little bit though. Should have used a little bit of that red zone, but he's allowed to do that in the chase. But right on the door, oh my God, contact right across the bumper. The transitions from Mustafa Amin have been on another goddamn level all season.
Glad to see it easily taken care of as opposed to running an entire run. And there we go. Okay, Mustafa Amin in the lead, Artem Machushenko in the chase, throwing it in. Mustafa Amin, great angle, super deep into that first outside zone. This is a great lead out of Mustafa Amin as we have come to expect from him. Artem Machushenko, a lot more angle and proximity in the chase so far. I think that he might be fighting to keep this in the bag, but Mustafa Amin,
wow,
super great lead run.
What a lead run from the Lion King.
We do have a call here, and we will get that here. So we're gonna slide him left for Lukashenko, slide him right for Mustafa Amin, keep him in the middle for an OMT. Will we see a battle of the giants, or will Artem Lukashenko, not an upset in the seeding for today, but an upset in our point standing? Let's see. 1 for Mustafa Amin, 2 for Mustafa Amin, and 3 for Mustafa Amin, moving on to go up against Alexander Element. So now in our top 16, we're going to see, I'm going to argue, is the battle
out here.
I love that GTR LM. That car is gorgeous. Super happy to see it. But now we will see the second Jacobellis brother right now.
So Ernestus Jacobellis, the one and only, going up against Steven Jarbo, who's going to be moving on in the Big Duck Club Group number 3. Big angle from Steven right now, showing, hey man, I may have taken a couple of rounds off, but I didn't go anywhere. I didn't fall off. I never left. Ernestus Jacobellis having to grip up just a little bit to close the gap, and he gets right to the door of Steven Jarbo for the last part of the course. But Steven Jarbo right now in the lead position. Proximity there at the end from Jacobellis, but putting on a clinic with Steven Jarbo, showing why
show here. As Ernestus Jacobellis also has a very fast car in the lead, so we'll see if Steven Jarbo's R33 is as fast as we think it is.
Oh, Steven!
Steven might be a little too aggressive. Ernestus Jacobellis driving with broken fingers. I'm sure that felt great on his force feedback just then, but putting his head down and keeping in it. Big ups to him as both drivers tidying up. Maybe is there going to be more contact? No, there isn't as they go across the line. I think Steven Jarbo might have gotten a... So we're going to slide it left for Steven Jarbo, slide it right for Ernestus Jacobellis, keep it in the middle for an OMT. 1 for Ernestus, 2, and a unanimous decision for Ernestus Jacobellis, who really hurt himself somehow. Don't know how yet, but we'll figure that part out later. But Great runs from Steven Jarbo. It seems like he might have gotten a little bit too hungry on that initial established drivers. I cannot wait for this battle.
Yeah, I'm posting the, I know that this community is allergic to Twitter for some reason, but I'm posting a picture of Ernestus's fingers to Twitter saying, this guy just won. But to get there, we have to get through this now. Alexander Jaeger followed in the ketchup and mustard of Vicaris and Lucas. Alex, another guy looking for a big win. He just needs one big day. That's not going to help him there again. Oh, it happens again, Joseph.
Oh, it does. It just keeps on going. People just keep calling me Joseph over and over.
Well, I'm sorry. Would you prefer Jonathan?
Yeah, Jonathan's. But that was a very good run, but I think... And so now we're going to flip it around. I'm sure Alexander Jaeger is feeling very itchy on if that's a 0 or not, but Vicaris and Lucas might not even know at this point as we are ripping into this initiation. Yep, Vicaris definitely doesn't know for how hard he's driving as Alexander Jaeger is in the lead, driving super hard now. Vicaris and Lucas leaving nothing in the judge's hands at this point as he's pushing as hard as he can.
Oh,
Alex sealing his fate, unfortunately, with Ed Wall across the line. Such a shame. And not to be that spoiler guy, but they did 0 out Alexander Jaeger for hitting that wall. So no matter what else, Vicaris Lucas is moving on and will take on his teammate Ernestus Ukabellis in the top 16, but both drivers really positioning themselves now against each other. I wonder if they really want to win.
This is your Big Duck Club. Group number 3, Mustafa Amin in the chase, Alexander Element in the lead. Number 1, number 3 in points. A little bit of a gap already, a little bit shallow from Mustafa, but weird line from Element there going into the first inner clip. Kind of a wacky start to this battle, but Mustafa going to put the pressure on now, and this is his favorite place to do it, just in the transition, bang, right to the door of Alexander Element, not really matching the angle, which is kind of odd knowing that, actually, you know what? I think Element's taking their advice to heart.
They are up at the line, too, and Alexander is giving himself a large run up. Here we go, that 3-rotor shrieking right now. Okay, big angle from Mustafa Amin. Alexander Element, no chill, knows what he has to do to win this battle, but Mustafa Amin pouring the angle on, keeping it on the track beautifully. Oh my gosh, Mustafa Amin clipping that bumper into the wall. Such a committed run. Alexander Element not coming to angle as fast as Mustafa Amin across the line. I have my hands in my hair. I'm standing up. Really had a great lead, but Alexander Element's chase was amazing. And I think because of how big of an implication this battle is, we're going to get the big man in here to explain it, but we're going to slide him left for Alexander Element, slide him right for Mustafa Amin, keep him in the middle for an OMT. 1 for Mustafa Amin. 2 for Mustafa Amin, securing a win and moving on, and 3 for Mustafa Amin, a unanimous decision. Jeez, I'm sure he is beaming right now. So, Dai, the prettiest judge of all time, don't
move on and take out the Lion King himself, Mustafa Amin. Who will be moving on? We are about to find out.
Yes, we will. This is going to be a battle, Keenan.
This is going to be certainly the most battle of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ernestus Ukabellis in the chase, Vicaris and Lucas in the lead. Oh, right to the door already! The rate to angle and the proximity was absolutely insane, but Ernestus can't match it. He can't follow it through for the rest of the run. They're going to the wall right now. Then more contact. These two are putting on a show. We are not even in the finals yet. This is still top 16. Battle of the day right here. Run of the day for sure. Can you tell these guys are teammates?
Yeah, I will.
Many issues there in T1 with contact and over-aggressive initiations, and they pulled it off. Couldn't pull it off for the rest of the run, but it was fun to watch. Let's see what they can do for run number 2.
And here we go. Ernestus Ukabellis in the lead, Vicaris and Lucas in the chase. Big angle from both drivers. Not as close as last run, but man, is it a lot cleaner, to say the least about it, as we're going through outside zone 2. If they both keep it out of...
Kill him!
I think we...
Kill him!
A good run here.
I want blood!
There's no blood here, Keenan. There's no blood here. As we go across the line, they seem to have found some chill over the course of the here. who will go on to battle Mustafa Amin? Is it going to be Vicaris Lucas or Ernestus Ucabel? Slide him left for Ernestus, right for Vicaris, in the middle for an OMT. 1 for Vicaris Lucas, 2 and 3 for Vicaris Lucas. Moving on, and now immediately having to take on Lucas, not phased by what sounds just like gunfire next to him out of that RX-8. Let's go.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mustafa Amin trying to ride the momentum of taking out his championship rival, but Vicaris Lucas trying to carry the Urta Esports flag all the way into the championship final. Not a great start from Mustafa, but I think his best part of the track is the second half of the run. As you can see, getting really aggressive on the door of Vicaris Lucas right there. Vicaris giving him all the door to chase as well. Excellent lead run from the Urta Esports driver, but on the door is Mustafa Amin, just giving him some friendly action left. Run number 2 of this final for the Big Duck Club Group number 3.
And here we go. Mustafa Amin is going to be in the lead. Vicaris Lucas is also giving himself a run out. And let's rip these cars out of this gate as Mustafa Amin in the lead in that RX-8. Vicaris Lucas in that S14.5. Big angle from both drivers. Mustafa Amin hanging on to it. It seems like Vicaris Lucas is leaving a little bit of space, but now through outside zone 3, getting tighter where a lot of drivers haven't been able to yet. There we go, big outside zone 3 through the touch and go. Let's see if he puts it right on Mustafa's door through this last zone and kind of washing out almost. We'll see what.
Good nods to ESDA's history in Forza Motorsport. And it was nice to see those tracks back in the way they should be, with the layouts and clipping points. But it's nice to see this new facility here, as we do have a decision.
We do. Slide it left for Mustafa Amin, slide it right for Vicaris Lucas. Keep it in the middle for an OMT. Who's going on to our final 4? Who comes out of top of our group 3 here? Die with an OMT. Brady with Mustafa Amin. Nathan with a deciding vote here. Mustafa Amin takes the win, goes on to the final 4. We'll get our points updated for everybody here before we get into group.
Driver have any sort of gap that you can't control. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. So good use from Brandon Gardner. Going to use that reset. And here we go, right to the door of Darius Ostreka here. Let's see what they can do. T1, Darius not getting a good initiation whatsoever, but getting to that angle right after. Brandon kind of struggling in the chase to be able to keep it on his door because of that. Let's see if he can reset here in this long left-hander out of zone number 3. Not a bad job from both drivers so far. Pressure coming on now from Brandon Gardner. Nice and tight line from Ostreka. I think about even there. Competition today at about noon Eastern time. It's 3:30, so we're still deep in the afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Hope to see you on Monday for the ESDA Pro Bro down, see some of the best drivers in sim drifting.
And here we go. Brandon Gardner in the lead, Darius Ostreka in the chase. Okay, this seems a lot more comfortable already. And Brandon Gardner right to angle. Darius Ostreka slowly making his way up to that door, even through that first transition. Great proximity. And let's see if the wall will claim a victim. It does not. Darius Ostreka having a great chase run overall, and Brandon Gardner going as fast as he knows how to. I think that was actually, that made up for a run. We're going to look at our scoreboard here, and we're going to slide it left for Darius Ostreka, slide it right for Brandon Gardner, keep it in the middle for an OMT. As we have 1 for Darius Ostreka, 2 for Darius Ostreka, and 3 for Darius Ostreka. A unanimous decision. And so let me pull up my notes here. So they were saying that Brandon made a mistake on his entry in his chase, which really led him to a bad line, and it just kind of ruined everything else in his run for that. And that's why they called it the way they did. But up next, who will Darius Ostreka battle in the top 16? We have Adam.
Don't get it confused. It looks like Deshaun, but is not. In the other team, Ascent GTR, going up against the other Ferrari, Artem Chilkov, in the Ukraine colors. US versus Ukraine here for run number 1 of our second to last. Our second top 32 battle. My brain just stopped there, but big angle from Edgar Rojas right now. Artem trying to match it, but he's kind of struggling here with the angle in the chase. Big angle right now from Edgar Rojas. Great job from him pulling away from this Ferrari that has been told it's so fast all year. One tire in the dirt maybe for both those guys. Known for being a speedy vehicle, but especially the last 2 years, last 2 seasons, that reputation has been changing.
And here we go, Artem Chilkov in the lead, Edgar Rojas in the chase. Let's see what happens now that the turntables are turned. As Artem Chilkov, big angle, but man, that GTR is huge. Weird
big mistake.
Weird transition, big mistake. And I think that might be the factor if Edgar Rojas can keep it together, but it seems like he's not. One mistake leads to another. And I think overall that's gonna be a bigger mistake than Artem Chilkov.
Between the two battles there.
And we do have a call here. Slide it left for Edgar Rojas. Slide it right for Artem Chilkov. Keep it in the middle for an OMT. Let's see what happens there. 1, 2, and 3 for Artem Chilkov taking the win, and he will take on Darius Ostrega in the top 16. But let's finish off our last 2 top 32 battles here. We have Vadim Abramov leading Roy Munoz.
That one, but has struggled to kind of on round number 3, he got the win at Nürburgring, but has kind of struggled to put results on the board after that. Didn't qualify didn't get to round 2 battles, didn't even get to round 4 battles. So Vadim Abramov has something to prove here, round number 5, and Roy, but it's from Team Ascent because everybody's on Team Ascent, I guess. Oh, really shallow initiation from Roy. That's how you know he's on Team Ascent, making the same mistake a lot of his teammates have made today. Really early initiation as well for Roy, but Vadim Abramov just not pulling any angle. They're trying to pull away. I don't know if he knows Roy's got his own problems going on in the back, but Vadim really killing some angle and pulling away from that Supra, but Roy doing a great job of catching up to him.
Yeah, that might be a bit.
The drivers out in it before, so I think both these guys actually, funnily enough, sitting on major mistakes. Let's see what Roy can do in the lead position here. All the pressure's got to be off our boy here.
Okay, here we go. Lights out. Roy Munoz in the lead. Vadim Abramov in the chase. Let's see what happens through the first corner. It tends to be the do or die section as Vadim Abramov, not as much angle, trying to get right onto that Supra's door. Way cleaner of a run now for Roy Munoz. Good for him. As let's see here, Vadim Abramov putting it right up on the door. This is a safe run. That might be enough with the mistake that Roy made, but now he's washing out through this last corner and across the line. Definitely many things for the judges to look at. And yeah, I think we are getting some form of a call here. We're gonna wait. And just while we're waiting for that, let's make sure we understand. It will be left for Vadim Abramov, right for Roy Munoz, up the middle for an OMT. And here we go. We have 1 for Roy Munoz, 2 for Roy, and 3 for Roy Munoz. And so, Keenan, I got a description even. So Roy, while he had that error up front, that only messed up 1 corner, but Vadim shallowed a lot of angle. The one with an I at the end of their last name is gonna win.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how this plays out.
I'm a winner. So let's go. Lights out and away we go.
All right, Austin Zalewski in that all black everything Toyota Supra on the brake, coming up to the line to let Krasinski get by him. Good line from Robert, but right there into the dirt. Juan Mower, John Deere is Robert Krasinski trying to do Teretonga a bit of a favor, mow some of the grass, but doing a great job of not making that a bigger mistake than it was. Austin was right there on the door, didn't skip a beat. Took him a little bit to recover from that, but right back onto the door of that 370 is Austin Zalewski, giving him a bit of the that mistake. But we still have our second run here. Robert Krasinski now in the chase, and Austin Zalewski A to Z in the lead position.
Here we go. Austin Zalewski in the lead in that 890 Supra. Robert Krasinski in the chase in that 370Z, coming through, touching and pushing Austin Zalewski out of the wall. I watched them have a little bit of a glitchy, weird pingy thing happen in the first corner. Last run as well. The question is, who is going to be at fault for that? And I think I fear that something with the inputs, to say the least. So let's take a look at it, and we'll get die in here as well while we call this off, and then we'll go from there. So we'll slide it left for Robert Kwasinski, slide it right for Austin Zalewski, keep it in the middle for an OMT, and let's see what happens. 1, 2, and 3 for Austin Zalewski. So I bet they saw that Austin was on the brakes as much as other people have been, and that Robert was not. That's if I had to guess.
I'm typing out right now in chat exactly what I saw. Hopefully we have Harold McKinney, our head judge, in here to help. It's called reverse psychology, man.
Don't break them that early. And here we go.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting right into it. Top 16 battle, the 3D Rap Group number 4. Artem Chilkov in the chase, and Darius Ostrega, Rurtic Esports. Great job so far in the lead position. Artem kind of just on a wacky line here. Gap's going to open up, and we'll see him close it in this long left-hander of outer zone number 3. Great job from Artem Chilkov. Let's see him get a little bit closer. A little bit of a hiccup there from Artem, actually. An uncharacteristic kind of shaky chase run from Artem, and you cannot...
Door-to-door action here, and let's get it going, man. I'm super excited.
Shout out to Nico Stelia in our YouTube chat as well. Hope you're having a good afternoon, Nico. Unfortunate circumstances, but we'll see you back for round 6.
Okay, there we go. Artem Chilkov in the lead. There's a Ostrega, no chill, does not matter. Putting it right on that Ferrari's door. Chilkov not cutting in as tight as he could have in that inside clip, but good angle through outside zone 2. Great proximity to the wall from both drivers. Coming through that touch and go into the inside clip. A lot of daylight between the two cars, but I think Darius Ostrega was clean enough.
Deep runs in tournament in their own respective regions. IIDS for Thunawat, and then Masashi Yoshida, and I believe EDC. I think it's EDC in Japan. I don't. It's on the podium. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and look. It's EDM, E-Drift Masters Japan. So he's been dominating over there. So both these guys trying to prove they belong in ESDA.
And we do have a call, in fact, so we're going to slide left for Darius Ostrega, right for Artem Chilkov, in the middle for an OMT, and see who moves on to battle for that last slot here. 1 for Darius Ostrega, 2 for Darius Ostrega securing it, and 3 for Darius Ostrega just ripping it down to the judges, making sure that he got a unanimous decision, and I bet it was that one little mistake. But who will Darius battle? Will it be Austin Zalewski?
Almost the entire team in competition today.
They went for it, man.
Oh, very close here.
Yeah, here we go. Old versus new, and away we go.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Old Supra versus new Supra. Roy Munoz in the chase in the baby blue Supra, and leading Austin Zalewski, the one who just, oh my goodness gracious, a mile of football field in between these two drivers right now. Roy's going to need a bit of a miracle if he wants to catch up to Austin. Austin even kind of going a little bit shallow on that outer zone. Roy doing his absolute best, try to close on this proximity, but it might be a little bit too little, a little bit too late, as A to Z, Austin Zalewski with a solid leader on. What in the world happened there? Yeah, I mean, there could be a speed discrepancy here. Watch out, turn number 1. Austin has had issues there before of getting run over, but he might have the shoe flipped. You're going to see how he can adjust here for run number 2.
There we are. Ripping Roy Munoz with that older Mark IV Supra. Austin Zalewski in the Mark V. Coming through, great line from Roy Munoz, really great line from Roy Munoz. Austin Zalewski putting it as close to that door as he possibly can, trying to match angle, but man, does Roy Munoz really pouring the angle on from the top to the bottom of this run across the line.
You know, Roy...
Anyway, we'll slide him left for Roy Munoz, right for Austin Zalewski, in the middle for an OMT. Old Supra or new Supra? Let's decide now. 1 for Austin, 2 and 3 for Austin Zalewski, moving on and taking on now Darius Ostrega for that final four.
OTM there as well.
Yep. Okay. We are lined up. I'm expecting nothing but the most aggressive driving out of these two guys, and just knowing who else is in the final 4, they have their work cut out for them after this.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Austin Zalewski in the chase in the Supra, leading Darius Ostrega. The winner of this will win your 3D Rap Group number 4. Move on to the final 4. Great job from Darius getting all that outer zone. Austin going a little bit shallow, but right with the proximity, using the one tire drop to his advantage. Oh, big correction. He's going to hit Darius. Darius into the wall, and then it gets sandwiched into the wall. He definitely got hit, definitely got run over, but opting to do the sportsman-like thing. That's what we love to see. And again, shout out to everybody over at Urza Esports. It's been wonderful having them for ESDA. Joe, I think you'll get this one.
I will take this one as Darius Ostreka leads Austin Zalewski, throwing it in. Okay, now it seems like they are not jittering where I held my breath there as they got up to speed and went sideways. Austin Zalewski a little bit slow in that transition, going into the wall of doom as it seems to be today. Coming through the transition, so far so good, right up on his door. This is much, much better of a run. Hey, we can actually...
To him, but I think Austin probably sitting on a deficit here as we move into run number 2.
And they are lined up, and they seem unshaken that they have to do it again, and let's see what happens.
All right, Darius Ostreka in the chase, run number 2. The winner going to be moving on into your final. Darius right trying to nudge to the door of Austin. I think he knows he might be sitting on an advantage. Early transition from Darius, almost made the same mistake, but kept that S15 sideways, moving into the long wall of doom. Is again, just a little bit of breathing room, knowing that there's probably a little bit of latency issues, but now's the time. If he wants to push, he can do it. Really inside of that inner clip was Austin Zalewski, but Darius Ostreka right there, not missing a beat. For Darius Ostreka, slide him right for Austin Zalewski, and it is going to be Darius Ostreka will be moving on and getting your group number 4 presented by 3D Rap win, and moving on into our Traxion Final 4. Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. Thunderwat Wonfuishin, Masashi Yoshida, Mustafa Amin, and Darius Ostreka is about to change. Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get ready, Keenan. Sorry for jumping all over you. I'm just excited to see this. These are 2 of my favorite drivers and 2 of my favorite cars on the grid, and I can't wait to see them getting driven as hard as it's about to happen.
Go vote for them right now for driver of the day. But ladies and gentlemen, first final battle of the day. Masashi Yoshida in the chase, Thunderwat Wonfuishin in the lead. Thunny with a great initiation. Masashi doing his best job not to try to run him over, but right now, Thunderwat Wonfuishin showing why he's your number 1 qualifier of the day here at Teretonga Park. But look at the angle from Masashi Yoshida. He's not going to pull it off, though. Going to cut off that outer zone just a little bit early, sacrificing his line. Looking like Joe, he's really strong. Like 1 hour less practice time than Thunderwat, but these 2 guys have had so much time on the bench, and they're coming out in here and putting on a show for you guys out here in Twitch and YouTube and Traxion and ESDA. So cool to see these guys battling. So glad they're both doing well. We're going into run number 2 here, Joe.
And here we go. Masashi Yoshida in that E36 touring with Thunderwat Wonfuishin in the Liberty Walk Silhouette S15. Big initiation from both drivers. Thunderwat Wonfuishin, man, he looks so calm, cool, collected in that chase. And Masashi Yoshida, again, a super smooth
contact
lead. A little bit of contact in that transition, but overall, both drivers driving as hard as they know how to. Well, Thunderwat, a tire on the inside, it seems, but in the chase, that might be acceptable. So we will slide it left for Thunderwat Wonfuishin, slide it right for Masashi Yoshida, keep it in the middle for an OMT. The loser of this battle is not out, though we will have a battle for 3rd place as well to make sure we get our top 3. So let's see what we have. 1 for Thunderwat, 2 and 3 for Thunderwat Wonfuishin. Moving on to the final. Oh my gosh, what a battle. So Thunderwat Wonfuishin going as having not had a lot of competition during, not a lot of luck during competition. Thunderwat
drops from Masashi Yoshida. That is a 0. So unfortunately for Masashi Yoshida, he is going to be battling for 3rd place, but will not be battling for the win. He'll be going up against one of these gentlemen. Darius Ostreka in the lead position, Mustafa Amin in the chase position. This is absolutely a must-win for Tafa, a must-win for the Lion King if he wants to make a real shot at this ESDA Pro Championship.
And they are off.
So Darius and the Urta Esports machine in the lead. Mustafa Amin in the chase in the JX team RX8. Big gap between these guys. Let's see if Mustafa can close it a little bit. Darius has been so fast. I'm not sure if this was the right play from Mustafa. You see that gap still wide open. Having to kill a ton of angle. Great job on the transition from Mustafa Amin right to the door of Darius Ostreka. But Darius, robotic, clinical, I think is the word, in the lead position. Big angle. Nice job on the inside line. Mustafa had the proximity. Did not quite get the angle there. Not the best chase from Sir
of that RX8 from Mustafa Amin, shrieking. Darius Ostreka cool as a cucumber on the line, and they are off. Okay, here we go. Both drivers shrieking into the initiation point. Huge initiate for Mustafa Amin. Darius Ostreka right up on his door. Very good chase so far from Darius Ostreka, but Mustafa Amin no slouch in the lead either. And let's see if they both can get past this wall. Yes, they do. Mustafa Amin pushing right up to the wall. No tires out on the concrete, but now Darius Ostreka pushing right up onto Mustafa Amin's door and across the line.
Wow.
I was very confused why you didn't take your reset. But anyway, Mustafa Amin slide it left, Darius Ostreka slide it right, keep it in the middle for an OMT. The winner will go on and battle the Wang Fuwasin. The loser will go on and battle the Masashi Yoshida. So not any rest for the wicked here today. And let's see what we have. 1 for Darius Ostreka. 2 for Darius Ostreka. But then we do have an OMT, so that was a very close battle, but I have to imagine it had to do with the proximity.
Yeah, I mean, nothing Tafa.
And even then, we may run the OMT in secret, so you don't know it's an OMT, just to build the suspense. But first, we have Masashi Yoshida leading Mustafa Amin. Such a great run. I am so excited for this run.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is your third place battle. Masashi Yoshida going against Mustafa Amin. Both these guys have shown the powerhouses in ESDA competition this season. Mustafa, the great jump, but you hear the V8 screaming of Masashi Yoshida and the E36 touring. 2 rounds in a row. We got a wagon up here getting it done. Mustafa trying to put the pressure on Yoshida, but Yoshida just with the afterburners on and absolutely cleans him out. Is Mustafa Amin. No chance for Mustafa Amin to not make contact there. Masashi Yoshida getting his... Wondering maybe if Masashi Yoshida went a little bit shallow there, but on the 2 quick looks we got on that replay, ladies and gentlemen, it does not look like that was the case. Masashi Yoshida just needs to put in a solid chase run, but if I know anything about this guy, he is going to go all out. Run number 2 for 3rd place live right now.
And here we go, Mustafa Amin in the lead, Masashi Yoshida in the chase, leaving a lot of space. Now Masashi definitely thinks he got hit. As we go through the transition, keeping 1 tire in the red zone, which is allowed in the chase. You must remember, lots of angle from Mustafa Amin, putting in that lead run that we've come to expect from him today, which is just lawless. And Masashi Yoshida taking advantage of it, making sure the judges know that he's not going to be a slouch about it. Across the
is over. We'll figure out who the winner of that 3rd place battle is at our podium ceremony, but Thunny the Honey on the line. Thunawat Wangfuishin, Hothead Racer by Race Zone. That is not even the full name, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we could fit in the graphics. Darius Ostreka in the Urta Esports S15. It is Thailand versus Lithuania. Or it's probably incorrect. I don't think it is, but I'm double checking. Thailand versus Europe. Let's put it that way. Darius, where's his name? Yeah, I was right. Okay, cool. That's called overthinking, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know what anxiety sounds like?
That's what it sounds like, all right. And we are lined up, ready to go, and we are off.
If you're a fan of either of these drivers, let us know in the chats right now. For ESDA Round 5 final, Thunderlot Wangfuishin in the lead. Darius Ostreka in the chase, and he's giving him no room to breathe. Hand around the throat of Thunderlot Wangfuishin, but he is showing right now why he was your #1 qualifier. So much angle, so much style, so much steez in that Liberty Walk S15. The transition onto the wall from Thunderlot Wangfuishin, an absolute masterclass of a lead run right now, but Darius Ostreka is not letting the Thai driver go anywhere.
Woo!
The guy's leaned into the meme. It just makes me smile every time we see him chat any of this stuff. He's so happy and so stoked to be here. It's still anyone's game, Joe. Run number 2 of the final.
Darius Ostreka in the lead. Wangfuishin in the chase. Little bit, maybe a tap on the initiation, but that is okay, as now Darius Ostreka puts in a little bit of a gap to Wangfuishin through this transition, and here's where will have the opportunity to catch on up, and he does through this transition, maybe contact on the transition, but
Go on, lad! Get in there!
Deeper in the Masashi Yoshida out of Japan takes the third place spot in that E36 Touring. Congratulations to Masashi Yoshida on third place. Very well deserved.
Ladies and gentlemen, that leaves one more spot to decide who is at the top step of the podium. ESDA round number 5 from Teretonga Park here in New Zealand. Is it the Thai driver, Thunawat Wanfuwishin, your number 1 qualifier, or is it Mr. Consistent, Darius Ostreka from Lithuania? Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, first time this season, ESDA round number 5 is Darius Ostreka for IRTA Esports. Finally gets the job done for IRTA and the top step of the podium. And this man scratched, fought, and clawed his way to the gold medal trophy here, ESDA round number 5 from Teretonga Park. An excellent
job to all the drivers today, especially the top 3 today, Darius Ostreka, Thwanwat Wangfuwison, and Masashi Yoshida. My gosh, we said anyone could take a win today, and it really did seem like that.
Yeah, it was anyone's ball game for so long. So stoked that we got some new faces minus Tafa up on the podium, up on the final 4. But ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause to all of your gladiators, your warriors, your drivers today who put on a show on top of a show on top of a show for you. Wonderful job, and no disappointment anywhere in this top 4. All these guys have something to smile about.
Oh my gosh, what a battle today. I cannot stress how amazing the driving today was. The qualifying was crazy, but the battles today were just insane. Even when people were crashing and zeroing, they were finishing their runs in tandem. I can't say that about most battles at all. So we are finding out right now, do any of our drivers speak English? Can we interview them?
I know we tried to interview Ostreka last year and it did not go very well, and I don't like to ask people from non-English regions like, hey, here's this really complicated question. You know what I mean? If we don't get to talk to him, we don't get to talk to him. I know we'll be able to talk to Tafa. Worst case scenario. I think Thunawat's English is half decent. So we'll see if we can get a hold of somebody as our production assistant Hayden Rigsby is going to find fresher air here.
And air, in fact.
But
such a good run today. Such great driving from everybody.
We got a hold of Thunawat. We got Mustafa. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to drag... yeah, we have all 4 final drivers in here. I'm going to pull Darius in here, our winner. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of ESDA round number 5, Darius Ostreka. Darius, finally getting it done. How do you feel?
Finally, I'm feeling very good because in the start championship, I was, I pass qualification, then I lose top 32, yeah, and now finally, I feeling very good.
You're right. It has been a tough season for you. Was there something about this track or your car that was a little bit different this round? You seem like a whole new man out there.
Yeah, I loved this track. I want to say big thanks my brother Martinez because he helped me with the setup, with the line, everything. Like, I started drifting 2 years ago. So yeah, I try to do.
Well, we're happy to have you back. And again, congratulations on the first place. This gotta feel so good having worked for it all season. 2 rounds left to go. How are we feeling?
Very good, yeah. What can I say? Very good. Also, I want to say big thanks my friends who watching this championship. I want to say big thanks my team IRTA and also you guys. You do everything for me, for us, for you know.
It's been a pleasure having you and all of Team IRTA Esports in ESDA. Congratulations, and we'll see you back for round number 6.
See ya.
That was Darius Ostreka, ladies and gentlemen. And Joe, I hope, you on your way out to work, you got a microphone for the man of the hour, Thunawat Wamfushin. Thunawat, second place. Joe's got a word with him, I think.
I do. So, Thwanawat, Funny the Honey, as you are now officially known. Second place, top qualifier, a great weekend for you. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good, man. I'm super stoked on getting second place. It's more than I expected. I was hoping just getting into top 16. That's it.
Oh, for sure. That was amazing. And again, a gorgeous car here. You're one of the only people that ended up taking this Liberty Walk kit. So, big props to you for taking that. Anyone you want to shout out? Anyone you want to thank?
Yes, I want to shout out to Inflex. He is the guy who building all of my pro cars. And shout out to Tiger Carpen who's making this amazing livery on my car.
Yes, it does look amazing. I was noticing the sparkles on it today, and my jaw dropped to the floor. I actually own a bicycle in the exact same color, so I just want to be friends with you, Sonny. That's all I want.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So, again, congratulations so much on second place. Congratulations on first place in qualifying today, and keep up the amazing work, man.
I will, man. I will do better next round. Hopefully, I can get first place.
You heard it here first. He says he will do better. There is only one way to do better besides getting driver of the day, top qualifier in second place. So I expect great things from you, and we will see you soon.
See ya, bro.
Best in the team.
And one more thing. You guys got the best energy ever, man.
No, you.
They're gonna kiss! They're gonna kiss! Let's go!
Look at it, children. It's safe. Okay, thank you so much. Have a lovely night for you. And we have a third place here, maybe Masashi Yoshida, perhaps.
He's in the call. Masashi Yoshida, third place on the podium for the first time, I believe, in ESDA. How are you feeling, my friend?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Is this a one-way conversation?
It may be.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I'll give him the old drag out, drag in. Let's see if I can fix this.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Masashi,
Maybe?
do you have a copy?
So this is my first podium, so I'm so happy.
Oh, I bet. I have to imagine this was such a storming day today for you too. You just really came in and showed why you are such a successful driver as you are. Is there anything different you did for this competition versus the ones that you've competed in previously?
I just changed away distribution from the last round and worked pretty good. And yeah, car is pretty fast and feels good.
So guys, now you know a little bit of this secret sauce. Anyone do you want to say thank you to, Masashi? Anyone you want to shout out?
Thanks for watching, everyone, and can't wait to compete the next round.
Well, thank you so much, Masashi. Again, an amazing run today. I am so excited for you. I've been waiting to see this wagon on the podium. So thank you so much again for driving. And I think I speak for everyone here at ESDA. Thank you so much for competing and giving us more people from more different drift communities and seeing how everyone stacks up.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I think we have one person left to drag in here. We usually don't interview P4, but because of the championship implications, Mustafa Amin, you needed a good day. You got it. Not quite on the podium, my friend, but the Final Four streak is alive. How are we feeling?
Feeling good and surprised. Yeah, today was super stressful. I mean, I am glad that I even managed to qualify even. So yeah, crazy turnout of events, and I'm, lost for words right now.
I'm pretty sure I've asked you this question before, but beginning of the season to now, did you think you'd be one of the only guys in contention for the championship?
To be honest, I was hoping like in the top 10 I would have been content, but just the way things went and how this car drove, it's my first time debuting in an RX-8, and so far, I mean, it definitely puts your nerves on fire knowing you're this close and you can't make any mistakes, and I think it probably showed in the remainder of the final battles today, but it's no small feat trying to go for the championship with all these crazy drivers on your tail all the time.
So you've overtaken Deshaun Hack. Unofficially, you are second now in points, just shy of 40 behind Alexander Element. What's the mentality going into the final 2 rounds?
You're now just setting more nerves on me. We only have 2 rounds left, and I guess we just have to hope and pray and get a top 4 every round and maybe get a couple wins if possible. But I just want to thank Victor, Said El Mouri, Heat Esports, Robert, and JX team for helping me, especially Robert. Without his tips, I wouldn't even been able to qualify. So I want to thank his big, veiny, juicy brain for all the tips he gave me today.
Thanks for that.
And and thank you guys too so much for keeping the show alive, and all the judges for their hard work. Appreciate
Hey man, if it wasn't for you, we would have nothing to get excited about. So congratulations. We'll see you back for round number 6.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.
You too, man. And that is going to conclude, unless we'll see if Dai has anything to say. He's in the stat chat now. Can I drag him? Oh, hell yeah, I can. Hopefully he's not mid-conversation, but just I wanted to give Dai an opportunity. Our CEO, our Lord and Savior, Harold McKinney. Big round today, brand new track for ESDA. How are we feeling at the end of all this, man?
Really surprised. I really thought it was going to be one of those rounds where, I really wasn't expecting the qualifying scores to be that way, but we got a pro field. They all driving really good, and we had really good scores yesterday. And today was really great as well. Phenomenal driving from top to bottom by everybody. Also want to give a shout out to all the sponsors, from Moza Racing to Vosan to 3D Rap, Next Level Racing, Big Duck Club. And also, you can't leave out Traxion for also helping us with the production this year. And also to you guys, Joe, Keenan, and Strix, and Hayden in the background for you guys doing the commentary, man. And the judges as well, from Nathan and Brady today. And Steve has been doing a great job on the social end. So we're all clicking in all gears and couldn't have been any more happy.
Firing on all cylinders, moving into the back half of the season. 2 rounds left to go. Championship battles getting tighter. We don't quite know we know where we're going next time, but the world does not know. We have 2 more rounds. Did you think the championship would be this close, moving back into a more traditional points format?
Honestly, yes, because it's kind of the way I had structured it when we first came over here last year. I wanted a much closer point standing. I guess I can further explain this to the audience. So you can have a bad round, and you can come. And today, Darius is a prime example. He was 15th, 19th in the standing today. Got a win today, and he's sitting 5th place. So each round, nobody is pretty much safe in the points. So you got to turn up every round. Have a good points day to keep that spot, and keep a go up or down in the point standing. So I'm not surprised with the point structure, and I honestly think it's working really well.
And I won't take up too much of your time here, but I'm not going to ask for a spoiler for the next round. I don't want to ruin it. But considering where we've been already and what this track had in store for us, what can we expect for round 6?
Round 6, so like to appreciate, New Zealand and, the neighboring country of Australia for the visit and everything, or at least having us to visit your country. We'll be leaving and making a short little water visit to Japan.
It would not be a competitive drift season without one stop to the land of the rising sun. But thank you, Harold. I think we kind of covered all of our bases, I hope, on people to thank. And if you had anything to do with this broadcast, John Elgood was in here pretty well all day, helped us a lot with the tracks.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep, thank you.
Scorp, Josh Oxley has been killing it on the media side with us as well. He only normally does 1 promo a year. We've had him do 1 for every round, and they've all been tip top in terms of quality. If for whatever reason you were not meant, Ian Plash ended up stepping in, and you're going to hear from him again later on this season. Thank you very much to everybody on the back end for ESDA, and thank you to everybody for watching, because without you guys, we would not be here. But I do think that is going to conclude. Joe's going to be able to get to go to work now. That is going to be the conclusion of today's broadcast from New Zealand. Like, someone leaving the call threw me off. From ESDA, round number 5 here from Teretonga Park in New Zealand. Again, once again, thank you to everybody in the Australasia region. Thank you to everybody at Teretonga Park for hosting us. It has been a heck of a competition. But we will see you on Monday for the ESDA Pro Bro Down. Join the Traxion Discord right now where you can vote the driver of the day. And then on top of that, you can suggest tracks. I heard the first track we're going to in the theme of Japan will be Nico Circuit. So if you want to vote on a second track, you can head on to the Traxion Discord. We will see you as well September 19th for the track reveal and ESDA Media Day. And then we'll see you once again for September 30th and October 1st. That will be ESDA round number 6 qualifying. Same time, same channel, 5 p.m. Eastern time Friday night and noon Eastern time Saturday morning. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Keenan Kuzin. On behalf of the entire Esports Drift Media Group, the Esports Drift team, and Traxion, and all of our sponsors, thank you for watching. We will see you in round number 6.